We have when we were kids that were flat.
Hey Shelly, it's Kelly.
Linked.
I'm giving you some instructions right now.
And I'm going to be quiet.
Actually, let me totally disconnect. So you're going to be connecting in CyberDuck, so it'll be a little bit different, but you go ahead and you connect to your website. And go in htdocs. And then Index Studio. And then Site. And now on your computer, you want to go ahead and go to your desktop or wherever you're dragging this, and you want to drag eTalk to your desktop or wherever if you have a better place to put it. And then I would go ahead and duplicate it just to be safe. And then you open up Styles, and you can just double click it, and it'll probably open up in
CyberDuck.
Text Edit.
Text Edit.
Yeah. And so it's just, you know, it's totally plain. And for the content area, like where all of your images are, like the big right-hand pane, that's the body section. It's called body, and it's also called content. And so the fonts that you see in here are the fonts that will show up in the body section. Mm-hmm. And now the links over here, that's what's going to show up in your menu section. And so when you play with the fonts over here, they should change over here. And so then you just go ahead and you make your changes to the color or
How do you apply
whatever
it?
else. Yeah, you go ahead, you make your changes, you say like, okay, I don't want this to be future, I want it to be Arial. You know, whatever. And you save it. These are all different states of the link, actually. So this is a link, this is an active link, this is visited and hover. And so I usually make the first three the same and then just make the hover state, which is the rollover state, different. Mm-hmm. But sometimes people want like a different visited state, so you know that you already went to that section or whatever, but it's kind of dumb, and active is totally dumb too, so whatever. I usually make the first three the same, but so you type in your change and then you hit save, and then you drag your eTalk folder and you overwrite the old eTalk folder.
In CyberDuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Not in the, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You do it in CyberDuck, and then CyberDuck feeds it to...
Yeah, I mean, what you're looking at, like, this is your site. Like, this is what it looks like. And so it's just, this is the file structure on your site, and this is the file structure on your computer. So it's like the same thing. This is just somewhere else. If that makes any sense.
But do I overwrite it on my computer?
Yeah, I made a duplicate of it just in case you make any mistakes.
Where do I drag that file to? That's my biggest question. Like at the very end, I just drag that back into the...
Yeah, so this is eTalk and this is eTalk. Mm-hmm. You want to replace the old eTalk on the site with the new one you just made changes with.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and so then you can go in, I like using Safari, and you can go to Safari empty cache. I always do that just to make sure I'm looking at my updates for real. And I guess if it hasn't totally uploaded yet, then you get the junky looking thing. Yeah, I guess I have to be patient. It's like still uploading, that's why it's like looking crummy.
Go ahead. Send the file.
Yeah, I think our internet connection's really bad. Yeah, it's everything's Daniel's fault. Alright, so yeah, I changed the font. So now it's like sort of jumping around because I changed the font.
So you just how do you want to do it?
Well, you could undo it by either changing it back, which I've already closed that file, I think, or you could just use the eTalk copy. Yeah.
Just do that.
So just you remove
copy.
Yeah, I'll just delete the one that's all messed up, and then
make that eTalk, drag it back in.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we'll be fine. Perfect.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy. I mean, you can just feel your way around with the fonts and see what you like.
Perfect.
Yeah, and that's it.
The end.